That's it. It's nice to see you couples out. I'm not in a couple right now. I'm not married, and I never been married, but I get told I seem divorced. So guess I just look to the future. I have hope is what that is. I don't have any children either, but I am dating. So, and I date men my age. I mean, younger men, I've been with some younger men. They're okay. Facial hair with younger men's kind of an issue, but I keep it trimmed. So, but the men, and I don't want to go real young. Like, I don't want to wake up in a race car bed, or anything like that. Although with the economy, a lot of people have to move back in with their parents, so it's entirely feasible I could wake up next to another 50-something-year-old guy in a race car bed. It would be totally appropriate because that's the best he can do right now because his business failed. It was a long story. It's almost like I had someone in my life right there for just a moment. It was great. But so I do tend to date men my age, and now I'm lucky because they come with children already. So, and that's great for me. And I have no inhibition, no shame at the idea of being a stepmom because I have stretch marks. So I have put the work in somewhere. Feel like I should just apply them to the new account, please. These are my rollover marks, Like some of the other comics, I'm Gen X. We've been batting that around because I like to tell people I'm Gen X because I think it makes me sound cool, right? Like, one, it doesn't, like, that I don't pee a little when I run. And, yeah. But really, Gen X sounds like something now that my doctor prescribes me for bone density issues. Getting a dowager's hump? Try Gen X. And then I'm like, I pop one, and then all of a sudden I straighten up and I start hitting with a pickleball racket, I have not actually played pickleball yet. I'm supposed to have my first pickleball game Saturday, but a lot of my friends are playing pickleball right now, and this is the same group of people in my life that are starting to get their hips and their knees replaced. So I'm like, what are the magical healing properties of pickleball, all right? Because I was driving aggressively. I got out of the car last night. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. My knee was hurting, just started hurting, right? It was kind of swollen, and I already had sciatic pain. So I got out of the car, and I was like, and they were like, woo, she had a good night. And I was like, nope, she just turned 55, all right? This is the double nickels dance, so... But I'm like, what is this, pickleball? Do you play this game like in a cocoon pool, All right, I try to slip that in there. That is the reference to the movie Cocoon, where they had a swimming pool and the old people went in and there were these pods and they got young and they had sex and then the government fucked it all up as usual. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to get into the spirit of our crumbling democracy. Thank you. So, and there was talk about tattoos, and I have a couple of tattoos, and I feel like I want to get more, because I do work with young people, and having a lot of tattoos is the style now, and I find it attractive. It's sexy. I like the way everybody walks around looking like a sexy bathroom stall, just like, I feel like I should do that to stay in the zeitgeist, which I have no idea what that word means, but they told me that's how I stay in it. But I do, and, I got tattoos. I got a couple because I'm Gen X, so we were like the first people to get tattoos other than gangbangers and old Marines, so I was on the tattoo forefront, okay? But they're they're kind of painful, and I just find driving painful now. Why do I need to pay for it, And also, like, I don't know if it's like what I want to put on my body anymore. I mean, I'd like a tattoo of a younger face, but I will say that I saw this young woman, and she had this necklace tattoo right here. It was really ornate, and it was really beautiful, and I was like, I'm going to get that. I would get that, but I'll make it, more appropriate for me, I'll get it attached to reading glasses, you know, something so I can get some use out of it too. I went home to I'm from Ohio, so I went recently back to Ohio. Cincinnati's where I'm from, and I did stand up there. And I had some shows, so on my downtime, I went to an open mic to practice my set. Now, I hadn't done stand up in that town, but you know, I mean, back when I was young. But I come back, I'm at the open mic, and as usual, everybody there is less than half my age, okay? And I'm used to that. It doesn't bother me, right? But as the comics were going up to practice their sets, I suddenly realized, I'm like, huh, I bet I slept with some of your parents. Hey, what'd you say your last name was again? I mean, like I knew, you know, but... and then I was like, oh, all right, let me see that sign-up list. Hey, you tell your dad I said hi, you know. And your mom. I mean, it was, you know, it's like, tell them I got 2-for-1 tickets to my show, too, if they want to come. So, all right, I'm always grinding and hustling. All right. It's actually the noises my knees make. Yeah, so we had the you know, the Gen X thing of like when I was young, I would never talk about my illnesses, like the older relatives, and then I was like, I'll never do that, and then I turned that corner this last time, and we started talking about our Gen X ailments, which are much cooler. You know, my friend was like, oh, you got a good YouTube and video, yoga I can do for my skateboarding sciatica. Do you have a homeopathic remedy for mosh pit arthritis, you know? Right? And then my friend was like, I was going to get my tattoo touched up, but my doctor just put me on blood thinners, you know? So, all right, you guys, I'm Laura Hugg. That's it for me. Thanks. Give it back up for Peyton.